It's Monday, November 21st, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski. It's our last show in studio this week before hitting the road for Turkey Bowl. Speaking of football, in today's news, we have footage of a brawl breaking out at a championship football game, as well as other local news, including 2 troopers injured in separate accidents over the weekend. Donald Ang will have a look back on this day in history and your Nutmeg Sports Update today. We'll also throw it over to him for a look at the forecast. But first, a pedestrian was killed in Greenwich Saturday after being hit by a tractor trailer on I-95 southbound, according to state police. First Connecticut media report that 24-year-old Carlos Coit Orozco of Port Chester, New York, was hit by a tractor trailer after 4 in the afternoon Saturday as he pushed his broken-down car near the exit 3 on and off ramps. Coit Orozco ran out of gas, so he and his passenger, 23-year-old David Espinoza, got out of the car to push it along the right shoulder. Coit Orozco was standing by the open driver's side door as he tried to steer the vehicle when he was hit by a 2009 Kenworth tractor trailer. The driver of that tractor trailer, 37-year-old John Hoffman, told police he came upon a curve in the road and was blinded by the sun, causing him to drift onto the right shoulder. Police said Hoffman pulled over immediately and was cooperative with the investigation. Coit Orozco was transported to Westchester County Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. And 2 state troopers were sent to the hospital after their cruisers were struck in 2 separate incidents, one in Beacon Falls and one in Basra. Last night around 6:20 in the evening, a trooper conducted a motor vehicle stop northbound on Route 8, south of exit 24. The violator had stopped in the left lane, causing a hazardous situation, and in order to get them out of harm's way, the trooper stopped traffic and directed the violator to pull over to the right shoulder. At that time, however, 52-year-old Jeffrey Stella failed to react to the warning lights in time and struck the rear of that trooper's cruiser. The trooper sustained some minor injuries and was transported to Yale New Haven Hospital. After an on-scene investigation, Stella was taken into custody for driving drunk, among other charges. And in a second incident this morning around 6:45 a.m., a trooper was pulled over on the side of Route 2 in the town of Basra when a vehicle left the roadway for an unknown reason and struck that trooper's cruiser. The trooper was transported to the hospital for some minor injuries, and that driver was ticketed for traveling too fast for conditions. In other news, a 15-year-old boy was shot in the leg Sunday afternoon in Bridgeport on Atlantic Street and transported to Bridgeport Hospital, according to the Connecticut Post. That shooting occurred at about 3:20 in the afternoon at 288 Atlantic Street. Police had discovered numerous bullet casings and were looking for 4 male suspects traveling in a maroon-colored Hyundai Santa Fe, according to dispatch reports. And in other news, members of the Stamford Fire Department assisted doctors at Stamford Hospital in treating a 5-year-old boy who had threaded a 3/8 steel nut onto his right index finger. That, according to Deputy Chief Eric Lorenz. According to Chief Lorenz, hospital personnel could not remove the nut using traditional methods and therefore called in members of the rescue team. The child was properly sedated and crew members cut that nut using a rotary Dremel tool with an aluminum oxide cutoff wheel. In order to protect the child's hand from the heat of the cutting, the rescue team used a protection backer and saline was irrigated throughout to dissipate the heat. The nut then slid off the child's finger after 2 cuts using that process, and the child was uninjured. And a championship football game at Bridgeport's Kennedy Stadium ended prematurely Saturday when 2 brawls between the teams involved broke out. HAN's John Kovach was there and captured footage at the scene. The Southwest Connecticut Grizzlies had overcome an early touchdown to score 41 unanswered points against Onondaga Community College of Syracuse, New York in the Yankee Collegiate Conference Championship when a Grizzlies player illegally tackled an OCC runner with his face mask. An official flagged the play to assess a penalty, but blows were immediately exchanged. That skirmish continued on the Onondaga sideline, with other OCC players joining the fray, while Grizzlies coaches held their players on the sideline. Grizzlies coaches went to the OCC sideline and the fight stopped, and the referee signaled the end of the game with 6:26 left in the third quarter. OCC players then approached the Grizz sideline, and that situation escalated into several mass brawls as SWC coaches and others tried to restore order. John Kovac also spoke afterward.
I always say, when you got two group of athletes, emotions, kind of come into play, and sometimes it can go awry. And that's what happened tonight. Onondaga is a great organization, great program, out of Syracuse, and it was very unfortunate that two players got into a little bit of a fisticuff that kind of erupted into a whole sideline, the visitor sideline, getting involved. And it's a shame that happened. Instead of letting it actually occur on the field. So the game was called short. And we're getting the best of the program. No doubt about it. I think the game was pretty much in hand, but we hate for it to end in that type of manner.
You can visit HAN.network for more on that story and more video from the scene. And in other news, a popular brand of hummus is being recalled after listeria was found in the manufacturing facility. Sabra is voluntarily recalling some of its hummus products made prior to November 8th. Listeria was not found in any finished products, but the company is pulling the dips out of an abundance of caution. Sabra recommends tossing any hummus with a best before date up through January 23rd, 2017. A full list of products included in that recall is available on Sabra's site. That's sabra.com/recall. But we're going to throw it over to Donald Ang today, filling in on weather. Now, Don, in some parts of the county, it was a snowy scene yesterday. I know we have a photo of Ridgefield, which was absolutely gorgeous yesterday. You wouldn't believe it's only November. Look at that.
Yeah, I had a little bit of snow on my car as I headed out and about yesterday. So it was definitely. I think this is going to be our first real solid week of cold fall weather. Starting off today, scattered snow showers throughout the morning, ending at about 11 o'clock, right around now essentially, and then scattered flurries after 4. Mostly sunny with a high near 41 degrees today. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low down to about 31 degrees. Wind chills about 20 because we could have wind gusts over 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny again with a high near 42, and tomorrow night, clear down to about 26 degrees as these nights keep getting colder. Wednesday, pretty much the same, sunny with a high near 44, dropping down right around to freezing overnight. And for Thursday, Turkey Day, Turkey Bowl, chance of snow before 9, then rain possible, high of about 48. Call it a 40% chance of precipitation, drizzle throughout Thursday night. Mostly cloudy with a low around 36. So pretty clear right up until Thanksgiving Day, and then it gets a little bit uglier. But that's going to do it for your weather. Back to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Don. We're going to step out for a break. When we come back, Don has a look back on this day in history. Sorry, Eric's changing the camera angles on me. Don has a look back on this day in history, a Nutmeg Sports update, and we have more local news after this.
At That Personal Touch in New Canaan, we have personalized gifts for all occasions. Family owned since 1983, we specialize in expert engraving done on premises. From engraved sterling silver and pewter frames, wood cutting boards, slate cheese servers and trays, leather embossing, crystal engraving and glassware, every gift becomes unique and personal.
At White Livery, our goal is to always... Sam, what are you doing? We're filming a commercial.
I'm checking out the new Hoyt on the Go app.
Hoyt's here!
Hi, this is Leo Carl from Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan. And you've heard me talk about the Chevy Volt for years. The new model gets 53 miles on EV charge daily, plus 420-mile full range. But don't take my word for it. You need to come in and test drive the Volt yourself. Visit us at 261 Elm Street in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Why cook at all this holiday? Avoid the stress of holiday planning and let your friends at Walter Stewart's in New Canaan do the heavy lifting. Whether you're looking to fill in with a few crowd-pleasing sides or you want us to prepare your whole feast, from cranberry sauce to pumpkin pie, we're ready to simplify your holiday. Place your order from our holiday menu and spend your holiday the right way, relaxing. Our fresh prepared holiday meals to go are designed with your busy schedule in mind. Visit us at stewartsmarket.com or at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. At Whip Blow Dry Bar and Salon of Ridgefield, it's all about creating a hassle-free, high-end experience for the entire family. Open 7 days a week, the makeup and hairstyle salon on Governor Street has it all. From color services, men's haircuts with a complimentary microbrew, affordable kids cuts, and more. And our blowout package includes a shampoo, scalp massage, blowout of your choice, and a lipstick application done by a celebrity makeup artist. Download the Whip Salon app to view the styles and book appointments. Get more information at whipsalon.com, 203-442-6444, or find Whip on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Welcome back to this November 21st edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. It's going to be the last time we have Donald Ng giving us a look back on this day in history this week, Don, because we will be out on the road the rest of the week. So what do you have for us today? Make it good.
Kind of
Make
an
it
ominous
good.
beginning to that intro there. I gotta say.
We'll never see you again.
Well, we had the most famous one-word line in movie history, perhaps, today, but we start off way back, 164 BCE. Judah the Hammer, that is Judas Maccabeus, restores the temple in Jerusalem. Now, this event is commemorated each year by the festival of Hanukkah. The reconsecration of the temple was made possible after Judah decisively defeated the Greeks at the Battle of Emmaus, where 3,000 Jewish rebels routed a Greek army of 5,000, despite most of them lacking swords and armor. To 1620 now, the Plymouth colony settlers signed the Mayflower Compact off the coast of modern-day Provincetown. The male settlers all signed their names, dedicating themselves to the good of the colony. Now, this was important because none of them had any authority over the other. It was the first establishment of written rule of law in the New World. To 1877, Thomas Edison announces the invention of the phonograph, a machine that can record and play sound. Edison had been working on improving the sound quality of early telephones when he figured out that when he spoke into a microphone, the vibrations of his voice would be imprinted onto a foil cylinder by a needle. The phonograph was the first real major invention of Thomas Edison. Finally, now we go to 1976, the bicentennial, 40 years ago, for this.
We have a split decision. Just Walker. Adrian! 8-7 for 3.
No fans out there to turn a rematch in your face here. We're not. Hey, no, come on. You heard him, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't do it. That's my friend. He's everything. My friend, he's your friend. Come on. You're breaking the jack. Come on, let's go, buddy. Come on.
Adrian! Adrian! Hey, where's your hat?
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, that of course the premiere of the original Rocky movie, considered one of the greatest sports movies ever made because of the themes of redemption and the dreams of rags to riches. Rocky has spawned 6 sequels, and as I mentioned, perhaps the single most famous one-word line in movie history. That's your look back in history for today, November 21st, and I'm Donald Ng.
All right, Don, great job. Now you're also filling in for Frank today with sports. Frank is getting ready for our big Turkey Bowl week. So, Don, what do you have for us?
Frank's sipping hot cocoa though after the sports. He's like, oh boy, gotta get warm.
Gotta
Gotta feel my fingers while I can here.
Exactly.
Well, Kate, the CIAC Fall Championship games were played this weekend. There were several FCIAC schools welcoming a new championship trophy as they returned to classes this morning. In field hockey, the FCIAC produced 3 champions. New Canaan defeated Guilford 3-1 in Class M. Staples and Darien, co-champions after a scoreless tie in the Class L championship. In girls soccer, Ridgefield fell 4-1 to Glastonbury for the second year in a row. And in Class And in Class L, the St. Joseph Cadets shut out Massac 4-0 to win their second consecutive state title. On the girls swimming and diving, Greenwich held off runner-up Ridgefield in both the State Open and Class L championship meets. Darien took home the crown for Class L, Wilton and New Canaan, respectively finishing 3rd and 4th in Class L. And finally, in FCIAC girls volleyball, it was an all FCIAC final. The Stamford Black Knights claimed their first state championship, beating Ridgefield 3-1. So congratulations to all the state champions. And for more information on the CIAC playoffs, tune into a special Nutmeg Sports Today live from Darien High School at 2 o'clock. Frank Granito, Kevin Coleman, and the rest of the Nutmeg crew get you ready for Turkey Bowl 23 on this Thanksgiving morning. That's going to do it for Nutmeg Sports update. Send it back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, back to local news. A Ridgefield school member resigned last Thursday after a candidate for a vacant seat complained that she was distributing the questions to be asked of candidates to fill that vacancy. Veteran school board member Karen Solzinski, a Democrat, resigned last Thursday 2 days after the board appointed Dr. Stephanie Bell, head of the lower school in Worcester, at the Worcester School in Danbury, to the vacancy left by Republican Scott Mason's resignation. Bell had been endorsed by the Republican Town Committee, and this leaves a new vacancy for a Democratic seat. Solzinski's resignation letter was received by Town Clerk Barbara Sir-Filippi. One of the 6 candidates who had interviewed for the endorsement of the Republican Town Committee to fill that vacancy, Caitlin Hayes, withdrew her candidacy for the position last Tuesday night at the Board of Education's interview session, saying that Solzinski had given her a copy of the questions that candidates were to be asked and told her that she had planned on giving those questions to the other candidates as well. Hayes said she wanted no part of it and felt the integrity of the entire process had been compromised. Hayes later emailed school board chairman Fran Walton and said the statement she turned in was written notes for her appearance before the board and not meant for public dissemination. There's a lot more on that story at theridgefieldpress.com. And the New Canaan Planning and Zoning Commission denied Grace Farms Foundation's request for certain New Canaan YMCA activities to take place at the foundation's site from November 2016 until May 2017. The split vote 5-4 came during a special meeting Monday, November 14th. Some commissioners did not think it made sense for them to make a decision on the item that would have allowed the New Canaan Y to use Grace Farms gym for activities such as basketball and pickleball while the Y undergoes renovations, because Grace Farms was already on the commission's November 29th meeting agenda. At that time, Grace Farms is expected to present new information and ask for additional activities as part of its request for new and revised special permit. More on that story at ncadvertiser.com. And a Wilton family is looking for help finding their missing dog. A St. Bernard named Minnie jumped through an electronic fence on Old Nursery Drive off Belden Hill Road. If anyone has seen her, please call 203-219-2369. And Michael Barecki, a senior at Darien High School, advanced to the final round of Jeopardy Teen Tournament on Friday night. The Teen Jeopardy Finals 1 match will air tonight at 7 p.m. on ABC. Michael is no stranger to winning, according to the Darien Times. Recently, he was named a National Merit semifinalist. Last year, as part of Darien High School's third-place winning team at the Yale Quiz Bowl, Barecki was the highest individual scorer. Also last year, he won the National History B Connecticut State Championship. You can get a lot more on that story at DarienTimes.com. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories that we're following today, as well as a heartwarming encounter between state police and an elderly man that's since gone viral. We'll be back with that and a lot more after this.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now at the Black Friday sales event. Ends November 30th.
Hi folks, this is Dr. Jeffrey Hubscher from the Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury and the South Salem Animal Hospital. There's something new and important going on at our 2 hospitals and probably eventually everywhere. It's called Fear Free. That means making sure that our pets are no longer frightened or stressed at the vet. We are fear-free certified, the only ones in the area. We have the softer, gentler, better approach. Come see us at Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury or South Salem Animal Hospital.
Would you like to be able to help in an emergency? Do you know what to do when a family member is in distress? Learn life-saving skills and become a certified EMT in New Canaan. Whether you're looking for a career in healthcare or you want to give back to your community, the training is invaluable. The New Canaan Volunteer Ambulance Corps is offering an EMT certification course starting on January 16th, 2 nights a week and some Saturdays. It's filling up quickly, so call 203-594-3535 to get involved. New Canaan Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Neighbors helping neighbors. Find out more at ncvac.org.
This holiday season, the Glass House Design Store offers an edited selection of gifts, objects, and artist editions that represent the iconic Philip Johnson House. The store offers unique and specially sourced objects locally and from around the world, and proceeds from the design store help support preservation projects at the Glass House property. Shop the design store at the Glass House Visitor Center in New Canaan, now open through November 30th, and available anytime online at designstore.theglasshouse.org.
The holidays are a wonderful time to spend with families and friends, sharing a fantastic meal. Football season is in full swing, the fishing has been unbelievable, and it's time to make a list and check it twice. Stop at the Dock Shop, get a fix of summer, and browse loads of new products, including fishing tackle, accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or dockshop.com.
At That Personal Touch in New Canaan, we have personalized gifts for all occasions. Family owned since 1983, we specialize in expert engraving done on premises. From engraved sterling silver and pewter frames, wood cutting boards, slate cheese servers and trays, leather embossing, crystal engraving, and glassware, every gift becomes unique and personal. And just in time for the season, we have a variety of personalized Christmas ornaments. Visit That Personal Touch at 102 Main Street in New Canaan and at tptengravers.com.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30, right here on the HAN Network.
We're back on this Monday edition of Your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top stories we're following today, including that a pedestrian was killed in Greenwich Saturday after being hit by a tractor trailer on I-95 southbound. Hearst Connecticut media reports that 24-year-old Carlos Coit Orozco of Port Chester, New York, was hit by that tractor trailer around 4 p.m. Saturday as he pushed his broken-down car near the exit 3 on and off ramps. Coit Orozco ran out of gas, so he and his passenger, 23-year-old David Espinoza, got out of the car to push it along the right shoulder. Coit Orozco was standing by the open driver's side door as he tried to steer the vehicle when he was hit by a 2009 Kenworth tractor trailer. The driver of that tractor trailer, 37-year-old John Hoffman, told police that he came upon a curve in the road and was blinded by the sun, causing him to drift into the right shoulder. Police said Hoffman pulled over immediately and was cooperative with the investigation. Coit Orozco was transported to Westchester County Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. And 2 state troopers were sent to the hospital after their cruisers were struck in 2 separate incidents, one in Beacon Falls and another in Basra. Last night around 6:30, a trooper conducted a motor vehicle stop northbound on Route 8 south of exit 24. The violator stopped in the left lane, causing a hazardous situation. So in order to get them out of harm's way, that trooper stopped traffic and directed the violator to pull over to the right shoulder. However, at that time, 52-year-old Jeffrey Stella failed to react to the warning lights in time and struck the rear of that trooper's cruiser. The trooper sustained some minor injuries and was transported to Yale New Haven Hospital. After an investigation, Stella was taken into custody for driving under the influence, among other charges. And in a second incident this morning around 6:45 a.m., a trooper was pulled over on the side of Route 2 in the town of Basra when a vehicle left the roadway and struck that trooper's cruiser. The trooper was transported to the hospital for minor injuries, and that driver was ticketed for traveling too fast for conditions. A 15-year-old boy was shot in the leg Sunday afternoon in Bridgeport on Atlantic Street and transported to Bridgeport Hospital, according to the Connecticut Post. The shooting occurred around 3:20 in the afternoon at 288 Atlantic Street. Police had discovered numerous bullet casings and were looking for 4 male suspects traveling in a maroon-colored Hyundai Santa Fe, according to scanner reports. And members of the Stamford Fire Department's assisted doctors at Stamford Hospital in treating a 5-year-old boy who threaded a 3/8 steel nut on his right index finger, according to Deputy Chief Eric Lorenz. Lorenz said that hospital personnel could not remove the nut using traditional methods and therefore called in members of that rescue team. The child was properly sedated and crew members cut the nut using a rotary Dremel tool with an aluminum oxide cutoff wheel. In order to protect the child's hand from the heat, the rescue team used a protection backer and saline was irrigated throughout to dissipate that heat. The nut slid off and the child was not injured. And finally, a heartwarming social media post about a trooper helping an elderly man went viral over the weekend. The poster explained that they had been having dinner at a local restaurant in East Granby and witnessed a Connecticut state trooper at their best. They reported that an elderly man had been driving to pick up his son at Bradley International Airport and stopped because he was lost, disoriented, and knew he shouldn't be driving at night. The restaurant staff recognized what was happening and asked some state troopers who were eating dinner nearby to speak with the man. The restaurant owners treated the gentleman to dinner while the troopers went to the airport to pick up his son. State police responded to the post, writing on social media that this is the norm, not the exception. They said things like this happen every day across the country. Great job by Troop H troopers that went above and beyond. Very cool story there, Don.
Well, I was just thinking about, what do you think when you get off the plane and the state troopers?
I know, right? You must be a little nervous.
Why is this happening
I actually
again?
had the same thought. But Don, one final look at the forecast before we head out into the cold. Tell us what we're going to be facing.
Well, Kate, you're going to be facing wind and some chilly temperatures today. The snow should have ended throughout the area by now. We will have some scattered flurries after 4 o'clock. Other than that, high of about 41 degrees, but wind gusting as high as 45 miles an hour. So a breezy, chilly, brisk day out there today. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 31. Wind a little bit lower, down into the 30s, but still a breezy night. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 42. Still breezy. Tomorrow night, clear down into the 20s. Pretty much the same thing again on Wednesday. For Thanksgiving, we have a chance of snow before 9, then a chance of rain, about a 40% chance of some precipitation on Thanksgiving morning. Otherwise, cloudy with a high near 48, and then Thursday night, a chance of drizzle again, and mostly cloudy with a low around 36. So I wish I had better news for you guys outside at Turkey Bowl, but that's maybe it'll change between now and then.
It's all right. It's still going to be fun no matter what.
Yes,
it's going to be great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Don. We are going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, and we're hitting the road. We'll be at Darien High later today, 2 o'clock for a special Nutmeg Sports. And tomorrow, your coffee break will be coming at you at 11 live outside of New Canaan High School. We'll see you then.